Yes, my people, obviously this particular one is very scary. They told us, based on information gathered, that we have about 32 terrorist groups in Nigeria. That is not all these ones that we know, Boko Haram, ISWAP, and the rest of them. No, that we have about 32 terrorist groups already in Nigeria. And statistics also have it that the newly released statistics has it that Nigeria is the 5th deadliest terrorist group habitat in the whole world. Palestine is number 1 and others. You will see them in this video. It's not a rocket science. All the countries mentioned, they are all Muslim countries. And Nigerians never knew that they have dragged Nigeria into Muslim countries without their knowledge. Many are not aware. You see, these countries mentioned, they are called Muslim countries, and Nigeria shouldn't find their place in that list. So how come? Now, the most deadliest thing is that country Nigeria is harboring these guys, whether they are hiding under the Islamic religion or what, I don't know. So to me, the best thing I can do for you guys is what we are doing. We need to educate people. We need to share this information, let it go around. And, you know, that is the only thing we can do for now. And we keep talking.
Just like Sheyi Makinde is saying, you no longer talk. You don't say the truth. At least look at what this man is saying. Is it true? If it is true, address it now. Yet nobody will. Until somebody from America will come and tell us the truth. It's unfortunate, seriously. More negative reports are coming, because we refuse to do the right thing. That's just the truth.
Well, Barrister, I'm not happy to see this report because it paints a scary, unfortunate reality that Nigeria has found itself in. And if you look at the statistics that was reeled out as to how this about 32 terrorist organizations or 32 terrorist cells, meaning that the Boko Haram, ISWAP, Mahmouda, Lakurawa that we think we know is just the tip of the iceberg. That there are so many of them that have habitat.
Religious sentiment. Everything is tied to religion. Among should be taken away because you wrote one letter.
How do you even know that's what I want to talk about? Because lately the northern influencers have been writing, and in fact, basically northern influencers since yesterday they've been saying that Tinubu must sack Amukuton. That because he wrote against that there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria, and that they don't trust him conducting the elections, and that is the only fault they have with Amukuton. Not.
And I bet you that the solution is to reduce the tribal conflict and to reduce the religious conflict. How do you reduce them? According to the popular opinion, the solution is to balkanize the country. Reduce this tension, religious tension, by balkanizing, dividing Nigeria according to majorly religious line. That is what people are saying. And aside that religion, that tribalism is a big issue.
Guys, you are not going to believe this. This is a video of a Muslim man walking into a church service. It happened in France. He walked into a church service with his praying mat. He spread his mat on the floor and started praying during a church service. Like, what kind of human being are these people? I don't just even understand. Must everybody practice what you practice? Must everybody believe in what you believe in? I feel like this man wouldn't have done this if he knew very well that the Christians in that church were this type of people. You understand what I mean? I don't want to use the word. But there is nobody in the world, no Christian can ever try this and in a mosque and go scot-free with his complete body parts. I'm very, very sure of that. This man was able to pull this off because he knows that there won't be any consequences. And of course, he walked out of that church without any consequences. I just really don't understand. The world really needs to do something about this madness, because I don't know what to call it again. It is already at that stage.
For that, Barrister Darlington, unfortunately, while we're trying to get ourselves prepared and ready for Valentine's Day, Barrister, apparently Nigeria is ranked among the world's most conflict-affected countries.
Of all the negative things.
And it's worrisome.
Esther, don't be surprised. More negative this thing is coming because we don't refuse to tell ourselves the truth. And that is what happened. If we are facing things forthrightly, Esther, some of these things will not come. It's just that whenever, instead of you to address it forthrightly, you'll be covering it, you'll be prevaricating, you'll be denying it, you'll be pretending. Meanwhile, the problem is there until the thing now escalates and turn into a monster. Then they will turn around and start looking for whom to blame. Meanwhile, some of us will be raising the alarm here. Say, look, this is what is going on. No, maybe they told us that if we see something, we should say something, Esther. Now, if you see something, you don't need to talk. Oh, that is where we are in Nigeria now. If you see anything, don't talk. Just keep quiet so that you be a good boy. And I wonder how any country or anybody can develop by covering evil. I just want to see how this thing will help us. Because right now, just like Sheyi Makinde is saying, you no longer talk, you don't say the truth. At least look at what this man is saying. Is it true? If it is true, address it now. Yet nobody will until somebody from America will come and tell us the truth. It's unfortunate, seriously. More negative reports are coming, because we refuse to do the right thing. That's just the truth.
Well, Barrister, I'm not happy to see this report because it paints a scary, unfortunate reality that Nigeria has found itself in. And if you look at the statistics that was rolled out as to how this estimation was made by StatiSense, they did the ranking based on 4 indicators. They talked about the indicators are deadliness, risk to civilians, geographic spread of violence, and the number of armed groups. And countries on this list are classified as facing extreme levels of conflict. When the United States of America held a Congress to listen to the whole Christian genocide talk, you remember when it first of all came up, and House of Rep members were pushing it, Ted Cruz, Riley Moore, and a couple of them, they vowed to ensure that it would not continue in the face of the terrorism Nigerians were facing. Now, Nigerians said, you cannot say it's Christian genocide because even Muslims too are affected in those regions, and these guys are just basically terrorists. It's not Islam that you're practicing, even though whenever they carry out this dastardly act, they call out, they say Allahu Akbar, but they say that those persons are demons. They're not necessarily representing Islam. Now, in that regard, House of Rep member Riley Moore, Ted Cruz decided to have a Congress where they were going to listen, to Nigerians, those who have been displaced and those who have faced the extreme terrorism act, and then others who feel that it is not necessarily targeting a religious group. In that process, they mentioned about 32 terrorist organizations or 30 terrorist cells, meaning that the Boko Haram, ISWAP, Mahmouda, Lakurawa that we think we know is just a tip of the iceberg, that there are so many of them that have habitated themselves and found comfort in Nigeria. So if this if StatiSense is giving this indicator, Nigeria is number 5 in the ranked up world's most conflicted affected countries. So you have Palestine as number 1, Myanmar as number 2, Syria number 3, Mexico number 4, and Nigeria number 5. And there were talks that one of the reasons why the president is traveling is to see how he can get partnership with these countries to help eradicate terrorism. Do you think it's working? Because the president has spent 34 billion naira on trips, even more than that, since 2024 thereabout. Trips by him, his wife, his inner cabinet members, some of them for retreats and programs, and different trips by the president, both personal and those that he's using to market the country. And amidst all of this, insecurity prevails. So what's your take on this?
Esther, they said they haven't helped those who help themselves. Have you been helping yourself with the terrorism fight? The answer is capital no. If we are serious, America will not come here to help us solve our problem. That is even more embarrassing. Seriously. Every time they say these terrorists are nothing to our military, they are nothing. The government have the political will, they can do it. Then do it. You don't need to do it. This is 15 years going to 16 years now that this has been with us. What are you doing? It even escalated under your watch, which is another embarrassment on its own. So what is the reason for this escalation of violence?
That's what is worrisome. It's been crazy. Even the terrorists raided the barracks, one of the military barracks, and killed a couple of our soldiers. Just very recent. When I heard that information, I said, how? We saw a video that circulated. Nigerian air base, ISIS. Yes, basically ISIS raided that place. This is what the Minister of Defense was talking about. That's the pressure from the Sahel. These guys are gaining entry into Nigeria's territory. In Niger, their Air Force base, they bombed the aeroplane there and a couple of their facilities, and they did it unrestrained. Nobody fought back. Nobody was there. So what are we doing? If it feels like there is a battle for the soul of West Africa by these terrorist groups, and I don't know what West African leaders and Central African leaders are doing about it.
And that is because ECOWAS has collapsed. ECOWAS is no longer your ECOWAS of before. The ECOWAS that Gowon and Co formed, it is no longer the same ECOWAS, Esther. It has collapsed. No thanks to bad leadership. Nigeria should be holding forth ECOWAS. That is, no fly can pass through ECOWAS. If Nigeria were to take its rightful position in ECOWAS, nobody will mess up. It's like America in North America. Who is that person? Who is that person that will go there and mess up with Donald Trump? We are not playing our role, and the terrorists are taking advantage of this thing. You know, these people, they operate where there is weak leadership. Have you not noticed it? Yes.
Where there is porosity,
where there is that there being is obvious. I want to tell you here that can a fly perch on a hot iron? Esther, have you seen any fly? No matter how
come close.
So what are you telling me? We are the cause of our problem. We refuse to do the right thing. So let nobody blame anybody. Terrorists, they are very, very clever. They take advantage of the weakness in any environment. So why do you make yourself weak? Through religion sentiment, through tribal sentiment, through ethnicity, through political sentiment. Why do you make yourself weak? The real common enemy we have, fight it. You will not. You are looking at religion, you are looking at tribe, you are looking at, and so these people, they take advantage of all these loopholes. That is just the simple truth. I have told you here that if you remove religion, religious sentiment, remove tribe, remove ethnicity, this terrorism will end in 24 hours. But nobody want to do that. Everything is tied to politics and religion. Is our people, is our people, is our people. Who are your people? People that are terrorizing you. Your people, they want to wipe you out. Your people, Abi, because they say Allah Akbar, therefore they are Muslim. It's very unfortunate, seriously. The way we are sentimentalizing this thing is very annoying.
It's not funny.
It's not telling you. It's not. That is the only thing that is driving this thing. Because of religious sentiment. Everything is tied to religion. Amok should be taken away because you wrote one letter.
How do you even know that's what I want to talk about? Because lately the northern influencers have been writing, and in fact, basically northern influencers since yesterday they've been saying that Tinubu must sack Amokuton. That because he wrote against that there is a Christian genocide in Nigeria, and that they don't trust him conducting the elections, and that is the only that is the only fault they have with Amokuton, nothing else.
No.
They say that if he could make, is what Amokuton wrote wrong?
Look,
how did the whole thing start off?
It's very
Did it
annoying.
start off through a religious face? Because I was shocked to see influencers who are even supporting the current administration. I'm talking about northern influencers supporting this current administration, and it's like they're all planned in their WhatsApp group that we need to push the agenda that Tinubu must sack Amukuton. So, if not for the whole situation with the Christian genocide, when Amukuton came on board, they didn't even complain. They supported Amukuton wholeheartedly. They supported the nomination from the president. And then when it was discovered, amongst other reports that were written about the insecurity in Nigeria, that Amukuton had one of those reports in 2020. Barrister, can you recall how it was in 2020, specifically after the lockdown? Under Buhari's administration. So did Amukuton say anything that you consider to be wrong? And is that the qualification to say Amukuton should not be the INEC chair? We need to understand precisely what that means.
That is why I told you that silence, conspiracy of silence. They don't want this thing to be in the open, and that was how these people took advantage and escalated all their power and everything, flexing muscle. If we have tackled it that time, they will not go to this size now.
Barrister, when these killings happen and it's reported in the news, these northern influencers don't talk about it.
They
keep quiet.
They don't want you to talk about it.
When the situation with Deborah happened, they also, in fact, I remember one of the persons, Bashir Ahmed, who was working for one of the media aid in terms of digital media aid for late Muhammadu Buhari. He says if having to stone Deborah to death means terrorism, then he's proud to be a terrorist. That tweet is still in existence. He deleted it, but a lot of persons refer to it. I mean, they don't condemn any of these things. They don't say anything about it. It's obvious that the religious leaders don't come out to call out these elements who are causing mayhem under the guise of Islam. And now you're saying somebody who wrote a documentary or a basic write-up about the killings in Nigeria under a certain context, you're saying that the president should sack him for that. So what happens if the president doesn't sack him then? What then happens?
In fact, I will never.
I want to understand what they will do.
Nothing will happen, Esther. Nothing will happen. Look, Tinubu must not listen to them, because if he pander to this now, he will pander to other things. They will give him another condition. I'm not joking. Like people now are insinuating that he went to Turkey because Shegumi told him to go there.
It's not insinuating. It looks so, because Shegumi advised that why not Afghanistan, Pakistan, or Turkey? Why the US? And it happens to be that he now went to Turkey.
Did you see religious coloration there? So America, these people, are they more powerful than America? Tell me, are they more powerful than America? If you are looking for help, won't you go to where you get that help, Esther? Look at the way these people, they have been driving us. Everything is all about them. Anything they want, they do, whether it will favor Nigeria or not. And we have been accepting and tolerating it, Esther. Over the years, we have tolerated all these things. Is that how Nigeria will, for God's sake, how can Nigeria grow like this? That has been my question. This your tribal and ethnic religious sentiment, where is it taking us to? Will Nigeria grow under it? Everything is all about you. You don't even think of the implication. That was how you people went to bring the terrorists into Nigeria, and now look at the result. That's why they are not talking too much about it, Esther. That is why, because they know the beginning of this. They know how it started. The people that they are here with us, they are walking about free men, Esther. And you say you love Nigeria, you are patriotic Nigeria. Why are you crying? The monster you created is now on rampage. It's not on rampage. If you didn't bring these people here, would they come here? You invited them openly. They were not even apologetical about it, Esther. And unfortunately, DSS and all, nobody said anything to these people. Esther, everything you just make it to look like a secret. Don't talk about it. Cover it until we are where we are now. Is that how Nigeria will grow, Esther? Do you know how much we have lost in terms of resources, that of human beings? Esther, do you know the number of human beings that would have become something in Nigeria in the next 20-30 years? But their life is destroyed now. If these people that are ruling today were killed in their youth, will they become what they are? How do you know a minister in the making? How do you know a governor in the making? How do you know a commissioner in the making? Or how do you know a president that is making? If you don't allow him to grow, will he achieve his destiny and vision? We keep wasting our human resources We keep wasting it and nobody talking about it. To these people, life does not matter. Just kill them. Okay, since you have killed them, what has happened? Is Nigeria better? Is it better?
It's sad because a couple of our young soldiers, it feels like they're dying.
I am telling you,
it's really not fair.
Some of them are not married.
No, they're very young. Normally in this, in the military, I think there's a certain age
that you cannot get married. Yes,
you need to belong to. Sometimes they will advise you to get married and have offspring because you cannot tell whether you will come back from whatever mission you're sent to.
I'm telling you.
What I'm trying to say is it possible for this death to be credibly looked into and say, okay, fine, they did not die in vain, because it has become one too many, and it has made a lot of persons feel disengaged with wanting to join the military because you don't know the sincerity or purpose for it. So the question is this, Barrister Darlington. Yes, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is old. A couple of persons say he's very good with politics and he's a very free-minded person, as those who have had a close relationship with him. But we're looking at the fact that this is a period of a southern candidate who was expected to be different from the previous administration of Muhammadu Buhari, even if it's the same political party. I mean, President Tinubu is educated, he's exposed, he's more elaborate, he's supposed to be on the know considering his works while he was in Lagos State as the governor. But why are we not seeing that difference in him having to administer and be firm, especially when it comes to security?
Because Esther, God Almighty, no matter how powerful anybody is, there are people you pay homage in the night.
What do you mean?
Then in the afternoon you pretend and talk tough, but in the night, you will listen to them
to the detriment of your own people.
Esther, when you are hearing of cabal,
to the fragmentation of your nation,
when you are hearing of cabal, you think it's a joke, Abi?
The president has said there is no cabal in his cabinet.
What he said is not
and
what
that he's in charge of his government.
True talk. What he's saying is not what we are seeing, Esther. What you are saying is not what we are seeing. It is now obvious that some people are above the law in this country. The 400 names that are spoiling this problem for Tinubu, why have you not named them? Esther, why has he not named them? You tell me. No, talk. So, do you need him to tell you that some people are breathing down my neck? He will not tell you now, but the action will tell you. Let any other person make noise somewhere. You see what in fact you dare not. Or that man that threatened the wife. They will arrest him and entire family.
He said the man apologized.
Apologize to who? Muriki. Not even to the woman. Esther, the man apologized to tell you that he has no regard for a whole first lady. I didn't hear when he went to Oluremi to say, Madam, I'm sorry for what I said. Forgive me. You know? He apologized to Muriki. You can see religious sentiment. In everything they do, they must attach religion to it. And the last time I checked, I didn't hear that when you become a Muslim is a direct ticket to heaven. I didn't hear. So what is the essence of this? You pursue religious issues. Everything that's supposed to be discussed passionately or dispassionately, you will now carry religion and put inside.
Do you think the religious leaders are the ones responsible for this?
There's
a radicalization of these young persons. If you see the boys involved in this, they are very young. They're not exposed to education. It's almost like from time immemorial, while they're small, they'll tell them, do not get educated, or anything that has to do with education is a sin. Meanwhile, these religious leaders' children are in abroad, and their children are getting themselves educated. And they take advantage of the poor young children who obviously have been exposed to, whose parents or families are exposed to poverty, and they get into the dastardly act. Barrister Darlington, they involve children into this. They take them to the forest and groom them.
They're food soldiers. They use them as cannon fodder, Esther. They use them as cannon fodder. That you don't have the started Western education is hateful. Meanwhile, everything they are using to fight this your whatever, it has the indication of Western technology. Western education.
Obviously, the guns. I think it's not from Western technology.
And other things.
Whatever the drones that I heard they're using now, is it a Western technology?
IED. All the things they are using, go and check. So, where is the hypocrisy coming from, Esther? Why can't people tell their people the truth? Esther, have you seen what deceit and hypocrisy have caused? in a particular region, you keep brainwashing your youth into evil enterprise for your own selfish interest, abi? Esther, is this how Nigeria will grow? That's my question. Because this thing is not going away very soon. No? It is not. It has become something that is in your blood. In your blood. How do you remove it, Esther? How? There is nothing we have not taught. There is nothing advice we have not given. So we Christians over here that are peaceful, we are stupid, abi? Esther, we are stupid, abi? You can imagine. What have we not said that these people, our brothers, we have made all the sacrifice for them to, let us live in peace here. They refuse. Esther, they refuse.
So does it solidify any agenda? Because like I said, the same Islam that is practiced in the north is what is practiced here in the south, especially the southwest. Why do we not experience such deranged attitude and disposition towards other people who are not Muslims?
Originally, this religion was imposed on them when Alimi and his fellow travelers came here. It was imposed on them. It was never the original religion of the South.
But the thing now is that a lot of homes now practice Islam in the Southwest.
I said it was imposed on them.
Okay,
maybe
fine.
Because of their education. That is one thing education does to you. This thing where you are talking about here now. It liberates your mind. You know, education makes you not to reason in a very crude manner. In some Yoruba household, you will see traditional worshiper. You see Muslims, you see Christians.
True.
Living no
they
problem.
Cohabitate. They even celebrate each other's holidays and religious rights.
All these people are educated. Tomorrow somebody will tell me education is nothing, this and that. No, education is not for you to go and amass wealth. It's to liberate your mind. And look at the advantage now to the Southwest, Esther. Look at the advantage. Imagine if the Southwest were to be born like the North now. What will happen? Will the economy not collapse? Will it not collapse? So these are the things we are talking about. When Jonathan started Almajiri school, he had a purpose, he has an intention. But after what happened to those schools, Esther?
And some of the policies of Jonathan was not continued with.
Can you imagine?
Buhari, and you would have thought he would have continued with it because those were beneficial initiatives for those in the north.
When Awolowo started the free education, people didn't know where the man was going. That is what you call a prophet who saw tomorrow. Look at the impact of that thing. Those who obtain that thing now, go and check. They become the foundation and the rock for educational advancement of the Southwest. To the extent that if you went through such a school, you must make sure that your children go to secondary to university. Esther, do you see the multiplier effect? You can see now. Yeah? Multiplier effect. But here, they don't even want them to attend anything at all, Esther. Yeah? So that they will be answerable to them. All
right. Barrister Darlington, because of this, there are talks that, being the fact that the US decided to shed light on the situation or condition of Nigerians when it comes to security, that Trump is possible to impose a candidate in 2027. I'm like, how does that work? Because this has caused a conversation across social media platforms. For example, some of them are saying that there should be no Muslim ticket. That's something that would not that would distract or divert the attention of the US or Nigeria for the time being of this administration of Trump. Others are saying that that is what the president may be considering, to get another candidate who will deputize him that is from a Christian religion or denomination, as you may consider. Others say no, he would continue with the Muslim ticket and nothing will happen, and it doesn't mean that Nigeria is considered an Islamic nation. We're a secular country. But in what reality is it possible for Trump, another president of the US, to impose a candidate in 2027 if President Tinubu collaborated with the US when they called out the insecurity in the country, when they said that the government of the day was supporting and trying to hide the identity of these evil-minded individuals sponsoring this? They collaborated, they worked together, they provided intel. So is there any way possible that Trump, another president of another country, decides to impose a candidate in Nigeria for 2027 elections?
The only person that have the capacity and capability to do that is Donald Trump of America. He is a world power. He has done it in Venezuela. So if there is a greater possibility that if things continue to escalate, he may take that route too.
But how can you compare Nigeria and Venezuela?
What is Nigeria?
What do you mean, what is Nigeria?
In fact, what we suffered, the embarrassment you suffered is even higher than that of Venezuela.
In the case of Venezuela, Venezuelan president refused to cooperate with the U.S. U.S. President Trump said that he had called Nicolas Maduro on several occasions to submit himself, and he declined, and he decided to go form partnership with other countries that he considers to be a major competitor to the U.S. But President Tinubu collaborated with the U.S. and Trump when this whole Christian genocide situation, got to their timeline.
Collaboration does not require you to kill my own people. I cannot sacrifice my people to please you. That is not what Donald Trump is talking about.
What do you mean sacrifice my people to
because
please
you are
you?
talking about collaboration. If the collaboration had worked, according to you, will Donald Trump come here?
It's still a work in progress.
But you have already come here now.
Yes.
So where is the collaboration here now?
Have you not heard about the treaties being signed? U.S. House of Rep member Riley Moore, they sent some designated Nigerians. They've been sharing intel and equipment. They've been providing equipment for Nigeria.
Is it working? This kidnapping, adoption, and what has it not escalated since that so-called bombing in Sokoto happened? Go and check how many adoption that has happened in church. That means these people are daring. They want to, they are not daring. The same Christian whatever that people are talking about, they are very, very daring. So are you telling me that Donald Trump will see all these things and say these guys are daring me, and he will not keep quiet because of collaboration? No, now it's a matter of time, and that is why I'm saying that the administration should go inside and talk to themselves, because I don't believe that they are working in tandem with the policies of Donald Trump. They will go and sign something, and when the American officials have left, they will do another thing here.
The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says that most of their policies, including that of security, is not anti-people, as a lot of Nigerians are alleging that his policies are anti-people. But there's a sharp contrast to what the presidency and the supporters are saying to what Nigerians are experiencing. For example, the APC chairman Yowata and a couple of other APC leaders have said that in the past 3 years, Nigeria has attained what other presidents had not even been able to attain. They even say it's even better than that of Obasanjo's administration. In fact, more better than that of Jonathan's administration, what the president has been able to accomplish in 3 years. They also rolled out some statistics and economic policies and whatever has been rolled out on paper with the floating of the naira, the fuel subsidy removal, and the ease of doing business that they say has been able to be brought by this policy implementation. But there is still hunger. Nigerians are hungry. Job opportunities are not provided. So is it possible that all of this is not being rolled out concretely to the president? Because if you have insecurity ravaging the north, if you have insecurity ravaging the north central, kidnapping ravaging the north central, if you have internal crisis and agitation in the southeast, you also have a political instability in the south, specifically that of rivers, and even in the southwest as well. Hunger is plaguing the land, whether you like it or not, even if some persons are not saying anything. So how are these policies in real term working?
Esther, there is no country you go to in the world today that you will not see hungry people.
Yes, very true. Very true.
No country, even America.
Very true.
No country. The thing is that what is the percentage and what is the level? That is the question. You can't have 133 of your citizens in an embarrassing level of poverty, and you are claiming that you are making progress, Esther. No, is it possible? That is what we are saying. Even Jesus can say that you will always have the poor among you. Fine. What is the level? Poverty, but this one is embarrassing level of poverty, multi-dimensional. So where is the progress? Let us see it now. You don't need to tell us. We will see it, and we are going to shout from the rooftop that this government have done what I never expected to, and everybody will see it. Is that not what we are talking about? It's not about telling us really not to talking. Let us see in practical terms those things you are saying. Esther, the price of foodstuff, has it come down?
They said Gary has come down.
They say Gary.
Rice has also come down.
Okay, these other proteinous items that give this into your body, what happened to them? Do you know this Gary and carbohydrate that is causing diabetes? You eat it in the morning, you eat it after, you eat it in the night, Abi? Because Gary has come down. Okay, you drink it in the morning, Abi? Maybe without anything, no sugar, no granite. Then in the afternoon, you manage and take it again. Then in the night, you now manage to buy sugar and granite and eat it. You are eating 3 square meal, Abi? Do it for 1 week and let me see whether you not go for diabetes drug. Just 1 week. Is that what you call things have come? What are these things that help the body build your immune system?
Especially proteins, veggies, even drugs actually.
You know that there's no more 200 naira what is vegetable ogo.
No, it's 250 now. 2 for 500.
So what are you saying?
250 now, and the bundle is very small.
Look at
they'll attribute it to no rain. They'll say no rain.
Not only that, look at even the one they're saying 250. How many?
That's what I'm saying. The bundle is very small, very very small.
So when you see all this in forgotten, what are you now trying to tell me, Esther? Last November, the president said that 2,000 tractors will enter the farmland in the north.
The tractors are there, but they are kept somewhere.
Esther, listen.
They've not been dispersed.
Listen. He was very specific. This will happen on November last year. That by January this year, 2,000 tractors will enter the farm, and there will be massive food production. Esther, has they been deployed?
No, they're still there in the farms.
You can see now. Esther, you can see now. Terrorists will not even allow farmers to go to farm. Yet you are talking. You are talking. There will be massive food. Where is the massive food? What is causing all this problem? Is it not because of hunger and the farmers are not in their farm seed? You are Benue that used to be the food basket of Nigeria. Are they bearing the same name now? That position, have they not lost it? To some terrorists from nowhere. Have they not lost that position? Are they producing again? These are issues I expected the president to tackle, but he's not even thinking. He's not even, in fact, he's less concerned that foreign terrorists have taken over part of Nigeria. Nigerian villages, they have occupied it, they have renamed it. They are living in the house of Nigerian citizens. For how many years now, Esther? How many years? Is that not an issue? Hold on, is that not an issue? People just look the other side. We measure on minor. Think that the government supposed to be very, very frontal about it. They will not. It's all about politics. How many people join our party tomorrow? The whole Africa have joined the APC. APC is the fastest growing political party in the whole world. So how did they bring food to our table? This thing. How did they add to the money in your pocket, Esther? These are things that I don't understand. Unfortunately, APC supporters are not even seeing it from this light, Esther. They will attack you, they will insult you, they will start talking. Look at the message and leave the message alone. Have I not said it here?
Well, Barrister, you know it's politics. Obviously, you would have persons who will support, especially those who are benefiting. They are doing their jobs. They're doing what they know. There are some that are not even getting anything from the administration, but they believe in the president wholeheartedly. Some of them believe in his ideals. Some of them trust him, even if the stark reality is obvious, but they do not mind, so long as it's the president. It's not bad if they have such a tendency towards him. You can naturally just love somebody. Yes, Barrister, you can naturally just love somebody, and there is nothing the person does that you would consider to be wrong, and you would always try to correct any narrative that paints a person in a certain way. I mean, both of us are here. When we try to objectively look at these issues, you will see certain persons who will say, oh, you people are sad, you people don't like the president, people like to project the president in bad light. The reason why we focus on the administration, Barrister, is that those in the opposition are not in government for us to criticize some of the policies they have made and do a comparison or a contrast to see if those policies that they have implemented are working. So obviously we will look at the administration and their governors. Now, Barrister, let's talk about food shortage and unemployment. Who is responsible for it? Is it the president or the governors? Remember that the governors were also elected. They were not imposed. They're not ministers who were nominated. They're not cabinet members who were nominated. Senators, House of Rep members, and governors were elected. So what role are they playing that supposedly Nigerians are not looking at them? Everything is on the president.
Some governors are imposed on Nigerians. Let me tell you that.
How, Barrister Darlington?
I said some governors were imposed to their people in their different states.
So all those votes that they did were what?
Which what? Well, most of them did they come into governorship with their vote? Is it not through court? No, is it not through court? Imagine millions of people voting and the matter will not end up in court. The court will now say yes, it is this man that won the election. So who now voted for the person? Is it not court? Is it not court? Oh, so most of the elections in Nigeria, we are not there. In fact, don't even talk about it. Now, if you are talking of who is responsible for food shortage, yes, the federal government have the lion's share. Because if the federal government has what? A roadmap, a policy on food production, and they pursue it, the states will just fall in line.
They say that the federal government has, but that some certain persons are sabotaging. Some of the supporters say that it's retailers who are supposedly not helping matters, that they will buy or purchase from the federal government at a cheap rate and sell it very expensively.
It's a lie. I disagree. Esther, I just talked about the tractor that they promised us will go into farm this January. January is gone, no? Abi? We are now in February. Yet no tractor. We didn't see massive farm going on somewhere in the north. Did you?
But people can't even go to their farms.
Oh, really?
So at this moment, so really? In that aspect, food production has declined from that region.
So
more of the food production we're seeing is coming from some states.
Consistent farming.
Ekiti State and Osun State. These are the areas that a lot of farms are being bought there for farming.
For subsistence farming, is that what you are going to use to take care of a whole country like this? That is small holding farmers you do in your backyard. Is that what you call farming? Esther, you just said it here that people are not going to farm again. So where will the food come from? And who's supposed to make it possible for people to go to their farm? Is it not the federal government?
And the state government, actually.
The federal government in charge of security, Esther. It's the federal government. Yes. The state governors are just there on paper, chief security officer. When he cannot even direct the police commissioner in his state what to do. Is that what you call security? But the president is the commander-in-chief of all the armed forces, the navy, the air force, the military, the police, the army, commander-in-chief. Does the governor have that power? So if you are not exercising that power as the president of the country, then it is the responsibility is on you. Yes, it's on you. That is the truth. Just say anybody that does not fall in line, you show the person the door. There are people who are ready to do what you want to achieve results. Esther, true or false?
Very true.
Good. So if you are not using your power, that you are using it to pursue politics, how many people defected? Look at the drama that followed the defection of Kano governor. The man was told to wait for him in Aso Rock, and he waited there for 2 days so that he can see him and they will talk and all that. Even the registration going on, they kept it on hold. Look at the effort he's making just for politics alone. And look at what he's doing with Wike in River State. Why not exercise those power, those energy, in growing the economy of this country, in fighting the insecurity of this country, Esther? Tell me. These are the issues. So you have all the energy to do all this concerning politics. But this other one that is very important, the major thing you swore to do, you are not doing it. So on what ground will you not? I will not sit down here and blame the state governors. If the state governors see that the federal is working, Esther, they will fall in line.
All right, Barry,
they will fall in line without any excuse.
We will take a very short break, but you haven't answered my question.
What take one, please?
The question is, does Trump has any right to impose a president in Nigeria by 2027 if, according to them, they are not comfortable with the duo of Tinubu and Shettima? Does Trump has that right for a country that is sovereign and for a country that supposedly is going through the democratic route? If Nigeria has collaborated with the US concerning submitting names and sharing intelligence as to how the insecurity has been taking place and literally saying we have an open book, does Trump have a right to impose a candidate in 2027? If that is the case, then what happens? You will respond to that after. My name is Esther Wachuku, and today's Monday, so I have Barrister Darlington Agumo right here. Barrister, before we went on that break, I asked you a question, and I said that you can't compare the situation with Venezuela and Nigeria. And I am saying, because Nigerians have been saying that one of the elements is that Trump is monitoring the political circus currently ongoing and the whole Islamization agenda that is being spurred by certain elements with the sporadic rise in insecurity and obviously using religion as a sentiment to push a certain narrative. That's how a couple of persons are seeing it there. They're using religion to pass across a certain narrative that may not be considered ultimately true. So with that, they're monitoring the political space and the elections are coming up in 2027. So Barrister, in reality, is there any way that kind of thing happens? And don't you think that if at all that kind of thought is being considered, that the international community would call it out? Because right now, a lot of Americans are not happy with Trump, with the whole ICE, what is going on with ICE. And they complain that his policies are actually making America to seem totalitarian and not democratic as the country is supposed to seem like. Then there is an Islamophobia agenda being pushed out, from the US. What's your take on that?
Esther, what do you expect the man to do when terrorists are on the verge of taking over the whole world? Hold on. Many people don't understand where Trump is coming from. The level of impunity and arrogance is becoming so much. And Trump does not have the stomach for that. To whom much is given, much is expected, Esther. America have always told you that they are the policeman of the world. So, if they are the policeman of the world, why wouldn't they police the world? No, tell me. You may condemn to Donald Trump, but the action he has taken, is it right or not or wrong? You are telling me whether he can do. In 2015, was it not Obama that engineered the ouster of Jonathan? Was it not Donald Trump? I mean Obama.
But that was the work of the opposition.
Really?
The opposition did that.
He can work with opposition too.
But the opposition doesn't seem to be like how APC was at the time.
Esther, when the shove will come to push, the opposition will wake up.
When are they waking up? Do you know how long the APC was planning opposition in Jonathan's administration?
What they needed is they needed support.
From who?
From whoever. It will come. You will see it.
In what time?
It will come. I said, don't worry yourself.
This is February. By November, campaigns will begin.
Don't worry yourself. Opposition will come surreptitiously. Because if America want to a regime change, they will not come direct and say we want this. No, they will walk through people and empower those people.
Which people, Barrister?
Opposition now.
Which opposition?
Which opposition? You don't have opposition in Nigeria.
Does it seem like we do have an opposition?
We have an opposition.
Compared to how APC was when they were in opposition.
Listen very well. Don't do the same thing the same way.
Okay.
APC was able to get away with it because PDP tolerated them. Is that not true? In this case now, because of this idea that the APC don't want to be criticized, they don't want to be told the truth, they don't want anybody to challenge them. You have to be very careful because whatever you do now may be attempt to treasonable felony that you want to overthrow the government. What will you not do? So they have to be very careful. It will come. All they needed is to liaise with America. When the time comes, it's a gradual thing. It will come. For telling me whether if America want the change of government because of the people that run it, they can effect it now. They can. They have the power of the media, and they have the power of the force. They can effect it. They did it in Venezuela. Nobody believed. Obama couldn't. Joe Biden couldn't, but Donald Trump did it because this problem had been on the table since all this other regime. But Donald Trump said, "Look, I will get you," and he did. So it's like the man is sending a signal to all these terrorist leaders in government, terrorists in government, do you know that in Latin America, drug barons install government? Are you aware?
Yes.
Good.
Well, a country like Mexico.
Good. So what do you expect from such a government? They'll be dancing to the tune of these drug baron, whatever they tell them, so that their business will flourish. Esther, is that what you want in the whole world? Somebody had to discipline some people so that there will be sanity.
Do you think Nigerians are ready to present their right against what is currently going on?
We are trying.
There is a clampdown on opposition in terms of Nigerians are using social media to express how they feel, which obviously a couple of persons who say is good. The government of the day said they are tolerant of criticism, especially listening to those who try to prefer an alternative solution to the myriad of challenges Nigeria is facing. Others have said that the escalating crisis of insecurity is politically motivated. Take for example the coup plot that was thwarted. Even if a couple of persons feel this whole coup thing is just a distraction, but Minister of Defense has come out to actually verify with the interview he held with Shinwa Kimbaloye that he was meant to be shot if he refused to be allowed to be arrested, so obviously it was actually true. It tells you the porosity that was witnessed in the government. So the question is, if this happened even at that hierarchy, this kind of plan was taking place, and do you think the government is ready to combat this, or there is still that fear or trepidation about these individuals, especially at the hierarchy of government, to be precise in dealing with this? There
are stories that you may not know the true story until later in life.
Later in life?
Yes, like the 1966 coup. Is it not later, just a few years ago, that Babangida said,
just last year actually,
good, that it was not an Igbo coup? Is that not true? All these years, is that not an Igbo coup that everybody was spreading all over the place? Esther, true or false?
True.
So it took somebody, a player, somebody who was in the thick of the battle, to say this is exactly what happened. Look at how long it took. So there are stories that you may not know the genesis and the end until later in life, when somebody will conscious will say, look, this is exactly what happened. Like this defense minister of defense, a man that was hurriedly removed from the military, he was withdrawn because it was alleged that he leaked the coup. All of a sudden you brought him back as minister of defense. Esther, what was the story? How will you tie those stories? How will you tie it up? No, tell me how.
What's the correlation?
So is it not later that the truth will come out? Now that the man said he may join APC and all that, and it's from Kaduna. So with the time, some of these things will unfold. And have you asked yourself, why is it that the coup plotters are majority of the Northerners? Look at all the names. Look at where they come from. Northerners. What does that tell you?
Sir, if you look at the military, actually, it's more of northern the Northerners in the Nigerian military. You have a majority of the Northerners there right now. So from foot soldier to colonel to major, most of them are Northerners. When it comes to conscription, registering, they come more from the north than other regions.
Esther, for them to be Northern, that means they are the ones that came together and agreed to do it. You cannot tell me that Southerners or Igbos or Yoruba we are not hinted, but they refuse. Are you getting me? So that they will make it a national spread. Because look, I thank God this thing did not happen. It would have caused problem in Nigeria.
Very, very obviously.
I'm not joking.
Seriously.
If they have succeeded in what they were trying to do, Esther, there would have been a serious problem in Nigeria.
Very true.
So that thing you are trying to run away with, you will now see it by force. Because when it is now looked at and see where these people are coming from and the number of people they killed, they say, okay, so this is it. It will now be to your tents, oh Israel, Abi. What will you now do? You can see how these people are trying to foment trouble. All the 8 years of Buhari, look at what we went through. Esther,
I didn't hear anything like that.
You can imagine. Esther, you can imagine. You can imagine. That is why I keep telling people, before you take action, look at the implication. Don't just do it because it may boomerang.
All right, Barrister.
It may boomerang and get out of hand. You're not regretting what you have done.
Barrister, let's look at this. Loretta Onyechi, I'm sure you know her, right? She was she was an appointee of late Muhammadu Buhari. Yes. Now there was a situation that occurred based on the executive mayor of the city of Shwane, Dr. Nasifi Moya. So she went on X to say that Nigeria has been owing electricity bills. They've not been able to pay for quite a while, and the bills has gone high. That is the Nigerian commissioner in South Africa. Right? For example, Shwane in South Africa disconnected electricity supply to the High Commission of the Federal Republic of Nigeria over unpaid utility bills before later restoring power after the debt was settled. So they came on X, on social media, to say we have disconnected power supply to the High Commission in Nigeria because of utility bills that has not been paid, and until there have been some form of settlement before they will restore electricity. Now, so when the APC supporters said you didn't need to come on social media to put this out there, you should have called the Nigerian government or something. Unfortunately, Barrister Darlington, we do not have ambassadors. So what Loretta Onyechi is saying, that this situation would have been resolved amicably and diplomatically if there was a Nigerian ambassador, you know, somebody there who was representing Nigeria. They would have been able to speak with them to say, you guys, you're owing us, and do something about it, and something would have been done. What now? We've had ambassador designate based on the recent, you know, nomination actually given, and a lot of them has passed. What is taking time?
I am telling you, Esther, I don't understand though. To assign portfolio, because the Senate has approved, they have been screened. So what is the delay all about, Esther?
I don't know.
You can imagine.
Because it was a South African mayor who came on social media to make that statement, and to be honest with you, it was indeed embarrassing.
And now when somebody say it, you say, why should this? What is it? Is it true? Or you can accuse somebody of spreading falsehood, not for saying the truth. That is where it is so embarrassing. You don't want to hear the truth. Why? But when you were in opposition, there is no propaganda you did not spread. There is no rumor you do not carry out. There is no allegation you do not, you know, and the government in power allowed you. That was why you came to become what you are. In your own case, people are telling you exactly what is happening, what you are doing. If they have said they challenge them on it. Anybody that come to spread falsehood against you as a party, arrest the person now, and then let him come and explain this you are saying, that you are now insulting the public. Not when you are told the truth, you don't want to hear it. Is that how we are going to move forward, Esther? Didn't they say that you shall know the truth and the truth will set you free? Has it ever changed in the history of mankind that the people lay their foundation with false, with lies, and then all of a sudden they become great? It can never happen, Esther. It can never happen. Don't deceive yourself. You APC supporter, you are the one causing problem in Nigeria. You don't want people to tell you the truth. You don't want to hear the truth. Then how are you helping Nigeria? Tell me how. How are you helping Nigeria? Since you don't want to hear the truth and you don't want people to tell the truth, how are you helping Nigeria now? Tell me. Because when you see them talking, you think that they are doing well. You are supporting what is wrong. Something that will destroy Nigeria, you are supporting it, and you call yourself a Nigerian. I'm ashamed of you. I'm ashamed of you. What they said about South Africa and the discollection of land, is it true or false? Must we get to that point? Meanwhile, money is being wasted here, Esther. 210 trillion naira is missing from NNPC. Nobody have account. These are money you will have used to sort out all the problems, Esther. True or false? If you want to do something, is it not with money? Now the money is missing and nobody is trying to even find out where it went to, who took it and all that. And you are talking there is no money. There is no money to pay ambassadors, to set up our foreign missions. That money will do all this is 10 times over. Yet nobody is looking for where that money is up to today, Esther.
Well, Barrister, again, these are part of the things that are being considered. We don't know what the administration is waiting for. Maybe they're trying to see who and who fits a certain profile and what countries to send them to. It's possible there are some countries that some of these candidates don't want to go, and based on who you know, they will say, please send me to a choice country. Don't send me to a country that I'm going there to suffer or whatever. This could be part of the delay. You can never tell. Maybe there are political undertones in terms of who should be sent to certain locations. Who knows what the delay is all about? But Barrister, very quick, because we need to open the phone lines. There are talks. We don't know how authentic it is. We're waiting for Atiku Abubakar to either confirm or deny that Atiku may dump the ADC, as more Nigerians are calling for Peter Obi and Kwankwaso ticket. Now, last week we heard that Kwankwaso said that there's a possibility that he may not actually join the ADC because of the uncertainty of Peter Obi getting the ticket. Then we also heard that there are some persons who are saying this is the time of the South, that it should be Peter Obi and Kwankwaso. Some persons are saying it would not work because with the political undertone right now and the tribal sentiment and religious whatever, sentiments in highly involved in our politics, that kind of liberalism that was experienced a little bit in 2023, a little bit, not completely, because a lot of persons were injured and we saw what transpired in some certain locations, but that flexibility may not be allowed to take place in 2027. So a strategic approach needs to be considered. But right now, Barrister Darlington, the ADC, they are at opposing ends, especially the supporters of Peter Obi. They're saying they want a fair primary carried out where it's not dollarized or any form of inducement. Now, I don't want you to actually focus on that because I already know where you stand. Is it possible that Atiku would, after just recently joining the ADC, being someone to have brought in a lot of persons to the ADC, to leave the ADC to join another political party? Because he was in a meeting very recently with another chairman of a different political party, and already conclusions are drawn that he may join that party because of the fact that certain persons want Atiku, Peter Obi and Kwankwaso ticket. Is that even possible to do that at this time? At this very sensitive time when they're supposed to collaborate, work together, and even start mobilizing and registering, because APC is already almost concluded with their own registration.
Esther, if what you are telling me now should happen, it will be political suicide.
Okay.
No two ways about it. The problem Atiku had is that he had not been stable. If Atiku had been stable and then solidify PDP, consolidate PDP in spite of all the disappointment, nobody will push him around. PDP would have become something by now. But because for one reason or the other he would jump from here to here, they were using him, so that has made his political career to be checkered. And now he's thinking of another. No, I don't think so. Maybe he's talking to bring them in, not to leave ADC, because like I said, that will be political suicide. And Esther, there is something I would have want to say now, but I will not say it though. I'm not joking. With due respect to you and your question, I will not say it now because I know what will happen if I say it. But I know that some of these things I'm saying here that nobody want to listen to, it will solve the problem of ADC. I'm not joking. If I should say this in here, it will help them whether they like it or not. Because all this one, nobody has thought of it, nobody has remembered, nobody has said it. With this core control, whatever now.
But like I said, Atiku has not said anything. Right now, the ADC, in fact, from the latest conversation I can supposedly follow on X, they are asking everyone to work together. Anybody who emerges should support. It will not make sense to say again, there are talks that this is a distraction, because some people are saying with what is currently on ground, social media is not reality. Talks on social media is really not reality at all. The reality is, what are you doing on ground to ensure that you tackle a government that you complain is not delivering? Because actively we don't know what is going on. Maybe the talk is just talk and things are going on the ground, but a couple of persons are saying what they're privy to, what they know is that the opposition is not ready. That's why I asked you if indeed we have an opposition.
Look, Esther, we have an opposition. It's not that they have not consolidated.
What are they waiting for to consolidate?
Because of is it not money? Money is the cocoa. Esther, money is the cocoa here. Look at all the opposition. Who is funding what? Is it not money that you used to mobilize? Esther, is it not money? Hold on. Is it not money? Are you not thinking along this line? The greatest challenge they have is money, finance. Who will dollar the money? The people that are buying a vote now, 70,000 per person. Is it not money they are using to do it, Esther? Oh, you tell me now. Because when people are talking, they won't even look at the reality. They'll just be talking on, do this, do that. If you don't do that, where is the money to do all you are saying? That is the issue now. Even Atiku self, I think he has stopped funding anything because of the way people look at him. He has stopped.
Has he not spent a lot of money on?
No, he has stopped because this thing is some of the things he would have put out his head and say, let me follow these people. He has stopped funding anything. So
and now Malami is going through his own situation.
Look, I will advise ADC.
Financially contributed.
I will advise ADC. Oh, why do you think they are pursuing Malami all over the place? So these are the issues. But when I raise this issue, nobody will look at it. Okay,
but Barrister, what's the thing you don't want to say?
Esther, no matter how
you're not insulting anybody.
I said I will not, but I will only tell them to be very careful because Obasanjo midwife Buhari presidency. Remember, when Tinubu went to his farm and lay ambush that he must join Kiniko, they conscripted him into APC. Abi? He now told that Buhari is the man to do the job. He went to Babangida. Even this thing that you're talking about, Kwakwaso now, and Obi, was it not? They said it was an Obasanjo that is midwifing it.
Yes.
They went to speak with Babangida, and now they are talking. Abi, the ones you did before failed. So if I were ADC, if ADC had leadership, would all this be happening, Esther? No, if ADC had leadership.
Because by now you're still hearing arguments. You're still hearing arguments. It should not be Atiku. If it's not Atiku, if it is not Peter Obi, you rather vote for Tinubu. Some people are saying it is even that maybe Atiku is even working for Tinubu. There are different speculations, and you would have expected that by now they would have been coordinated.
I have told you here. That is why I keep telling people. You see, when people destroy a very good purpose because in their mouth they won't even know.
Is the ADC a vehicle for just 2027 or is it a party that intends to exist beyond 2027?
Please, when we get to the bridge we'll cross it. Atiku have right now stopped funding anything in ADC. You can see it. You can see it clearly.
You can't say that.
I said you can see it now. What is going on there now? Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. You are seeing it.
No, you can't say that he has stopped funding.
What is he doing? The people that are buying with this all over the place. You mean ADC? They don't have their own creative ability to go shopping for their own people, Abi? No, they don't have.
What do you mean by shopping?
Who will bring the money to do it?
To register PVC.
Who will bring the money to do it, Esther? Who? I mean, real money, not just 2 million or 2,000. No, who will bring out the money when the man is not certain with his political future? The one he did, nobody want to remember it, nobody want to countenance it. So he can as well leave them if you want to. But there is something, I'm tempted to say, but I will not.
Say it. That's why you're here.
I am not, I will not.
You're afraid to offend some sensibilities.
The words I said before, Esther, in spite of all the insult, it later came to what I said.
Okay, but you can say. Are you being sensational about it?
Those who know better should go ahead and talk. I've talked enough. I've talked enough.
No problem.
I've talked enough.
So my people, having said that, you all saw what was said in that video and everything you need to know. Yes, it is not late to fight this war that is about to swallow people in Nigeria, and the only solution, according to popular opinion, is to divide Nigeria, let people be on their own. After all, it will not be easy for them to find way into others' territory, except if that same people welcome them. That one becomes a separate thing. So my viewers, I thank you for watching at this length. Until I come your way next time, I still remain Tinubu.